Bandits kill 13 farmers in Niger State. 4 dead in Taraba boat accident. FG hikes passport fees to 50,000 naira and 100,000 naira. On the foreign scene, WHO launches emergency response as Mpox outbreak resurges in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Hello and welcome to Trust TV's News Update. I am Chiamaka Malfo. Thank you for joining us. Bandits have killed 13 farmers at the Ijuwa fringes of the Alawa community of Shuru local government area of Niger State. Local government area chairman Akilu Ishaku confirmed the killing of the 13 farmers in an interview with a local radio station in Mina on Wednesday. He said the bandits shot dead 9 of the victims while 4 others were killed at a different location the same day. A local source said the bandits targeted the community over allegations that members supply intelligence to security agencies on bandits' movements. Meanwhile, the Niger State Acting Governor Yakubu Garba has described the attack as satanic and callous. Garba, in a statement, commiserated with the affected families, community members, and entire people of Shuru local government area over the unfortunate incident. An unspecified number of artisanal miners have been reportedly killed by bandits at a mining site at Onguwan Maigiru near Basa in Shuru local government area of Niger State. Residents said the bandits in their numbers invaded the mining site in the afternoon on Wednesday when the site was busy with mining activities and opened fire at the miners. Reports say the victims were internally displaced persons at Kuta IDP camp who, due to hardship, went to the mining site to get money to buy food. Abba Usman, a resident of the area, said the victims were between the ages of 14 and 35 years who were displaced by Alawa and other communities and living at IDP camp in Kuta. The United States Police Command is yet to issue a statement on the incident. Four persons, 2 women and 2 children, have been reported dead after their engine boat capsized on the Bemi River in Taraba State. The victims were traveling from Mayo Reneyo town in Ardokola local government area to Belengo town in Karim Lamido when the boat capsized. The chairman of Engine Boat Operators in Taraba State, Jida, said while other passengers survived, the 4 fatalities were confirmed. Motorists and commercial drivers in Jos, the Plateau State capital, are expressing frustration with the recent surge in fuel prices following the prevailing shortage across the country. Commercial drivers in particular are feeling the pinch as they struggle to maintain their operational costs amidst the rising fuel prices that have hit 900 naira in some stations. Ado Musa completes the report.
Along the popular Bauchi Road, nearly all fuel stations appear deserted, with no fuel being dispensed. Fuel attendants and station workers lamented the situation, which according to them is severely impacting their means of livelihood.
At least 1 month and some days.
This is the station where I work. For more than 1 month now, we have not sold petrol here because the tankers are still stranded in Wari and Calabar. We just don't know what the problem is. We are not happy with the situation. Motorists and commercial drivers said the hike in price of the fuel is affecting their operations, adding that business is no more profitable like before. The hike in price of the fuel is affecting our business. We used to make little gains from the business, but today, the business is not profitable anymore because whatever we realize at the end of the day, we take to the filling station. So, the money is going back to the government.
A liter we are buying here in Jos here 950 naira. Some places 960. So, for you to fill your tank to a particular level, you know what will drain out of your pocket. So it has not been easy. They are telling us they are removing subsidy. We don't know, but the prices of things are still high. The prices of fuel is still high. So subsidy or no subsidy, we don't know anything about that. There's nothing like if there's subsidy, we don't know. But because we are still buying things costly. The fuel is costly. Is it cheap?
The motorists and commercial drivers are calling on the government to intervene and find a solution to the crisis, adding that the situation demands urgent attention to mitigate the hardship faced by the masses. From Jos, Ado Musa reporting for Trust TV.
Following the recent Supreme Court judgment that granted financial autonomy to local government councils, many states across the country have scheduled council elections to fill vacancies at the third tier of government. The rush to conduct the polls follows the Supreme Court ruling, which ordered that funds belonging to the councils be paid directly into their accounts. However, exorbitant rates being charged by state electoral bodies for expression of interest and nomination forms has got many talking, with some saying this may encourage corruption at that level. Here's the report.
In Jigawa State, for instance, the State Electoral Commission has fixed 5 million naira as fee for nomination forms for chairmanship positions and 2 million naira for councillorship candidates. For Kaduna, the forms will be gotten at the rate of 11 million naira and 2.2 million naira, while those of Adamawa will go for 10 million naira respectively. Stakeholders are voicing concerns about this and how it will affect the democratic system in the country.
Whatever political parties are trying to do in this regard is outrageous. That's just a simple language. It's outrageous, it's unfriendly, and should be condemned and not tolerated by the citizens of this country. Because, of course, we must not make, partisanship and governance to be something that has to do with the highest bidder getting whatever position that he wishes to aspire for. We must ensure that people who also are good but may not have the financial capacity or financial wherewithal to also have their way.
They're talking about 50 million for a particular state, 10 million for local government chairman form. And then you ask yourself, these are expression of interest or nomination forms. These are mere papers. It's paper. It's not. Is the form made of gold? What drives the costs of these forms to such huge amount?
Elections today that we have defined around money, that today we have defined around who you know, that we define around who is willing to support you, not on the basis of your competency, not on the basis of your understanding of the system, not on the basis of your alignment with your society.
For many, the move is a direct attack on local government autonomy and the Not Too Young to Run bill passed during the former President Muhammadu Buhari's administration.
It is not the parties. It is state government. It is State Independent Electoral Commission. So it is unfortunate. It is barbaric. It is an aberration to the principle of democracy that some people have chosen to destroy.
It creates a financial barrier in the sense that it will exclude the younger generation, the youth, from participation.
Meanwhile, the federal government has inaugurated a 10-man interministerial committee to enforce the Supreme Court's judgment on local government autonomy, a move many say is a welcome development.
It's a good step in the right direction. But if it is in a sane society, do you need any human being to enforce this? Do you need any committee to enforce this? Do you need somebody to coax you to do what is right? You swore the oath of allegiance. You swore to the Constitution that you will do what is right. You uphold the tenets of that Constitution. So why do you need anybody to push you to do that?
This beautiful concept of allowing the young ones have a way and have a say should be tolerated, should be encouraged even. For instance, a nomination form for a simple councillor, a ward councillor, right, that is going to represent not more than maybe 10,000 or so in a community. Then you make his nomination form to go for 2.5, 3.5, 4 million. Of course, what are you telling me? Telling him to go to that office and begin to recoup whatever he may have invested.
Political parties will always dance to the tune of people who sponsor the party. So there has to be a commitment from the government. There has to be a commitment from INEC itself.
With opposition parties threatening legal action against some of the fees for nomination, Nigerians are holding on to the hope for the country to be better, especially at the local level. Sumaya Abubakar, Trust TV News. Abuja.
It has approved an upward fee review for Nigerian passports effective September 1, 2024. This was disclosed in a statement issued on Wednesday by the spokesman for the Nigerian Immigration Service, Kenneth Udo, on the X handle of the NIS. The increment aims to ensure the quality and integrity of the Nigerian standard passport, Udo said. According to the statement, based on the review, a 32-page passport booklet with 5-year validity previously charged at 35,000 naira will now be charged at 50,000 naira, while a 64-page passport booklet with 10-year validity, which was 70,000 naira, will be 100,000 naira. The NIS said though it regretted any inconvenience this increase might cause prospective applicants, it assured Nigerians of unwavering commitment to transparency and quality service delivery at all times. As part of efforts to address the effects of climate change, including flooding and desertification that threaten both the people and agricultural productivity in Jigawa State, the state government is partnering the House Committee on Ecological Fund to enhance climate resilience and adaptation strategies. Here's the report.
The collaboration between Jigawa State and the National Assembly, represented by the House Committee on Ecological Fund under the leadership of Honorable Aminu Sani Jaji, will provide Jigawa with access to vital resources to tackle its ecological challenges. The state has long been affected by climate change-related issues such as flash flooding, desertification, and gully erosion, all of which hinder economic progress.
Not only because the Jigawa is located among the Sahel states, but because of the challenges that are encountered in Jigawa State and the passion that we have in addressing such ecological challenges and some other biodiversity ecosystem that need to be addressed. But we look at so many measures and indicators that made it to be possible during our analysis and assessment that where and which state that we are going to visit in order to mitigate some of these challenges.
So this is the impact of flood in Jigawa State. As of today, out of the 14 local governments, the government was able to reach about 9 local governments with special aids, assistant, relief materials, medical assistance, and the committee are still working. I'm sure by end of today or tomorrow, all the 14 local governments will be reached and will be assisted with the relief material, resettlement, food, mosquito net, beddings, and also medication, and also water and temporary latrines.
During the committee's visit to Jigawa, they assessed some of the worst affected areas to understand the extent of the damage to both residential areas and farmland. The committee has pledged its full support to help Jigawa State overcome these pressing ecological challenges.
Over in Adamawa State, the government has approved the construction of 3 mega senior science secondary schools in Lamurudi, Gulak, and Hong local government areas for 17.1 billion naira. Additionally, 13.8 billion naira has been allocated for expanding Galadima Aminu Way and building an underpass at the fire service roundabout in Yola to be completed in 18 months. State Commissioner of Information James Elia announced these after a council meeting chaired by Governor Amadou Fintiri. He also revealed a 7.5-kilometer road project from Mararabagarta to Kamale in Michika local government area, costing 4.3 billion naira, also to be completed in 18 months.
There will be a construction of an underpass at the fire service roundabout, construction of stormwater drainage from the underpass through Gimba roads, the construction of 2.3-kilometer service lanes on both sides of the existing dual carriageway with reinforced concrete drains and walkways. There will also be milling and overlay of the 2-kilometer existing dual carriageway from the Unity Bridge to Bishop Street Junction with 5-centimeter asphalt wearing course.
This is the news update on Trust TV. Still to come. Nigerians invest in plastic recycling to create jobs, curb pollution. More stories when we return. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. A recap of our top stories. Bandits kill 13 farmers in Niger State. And 4 dead in Taraba boat accident. Two more stories. The governor of Borno State, Babagana Zulum, has distributed 150 million naira and wrappers to 15,000 vulnerable women in Mafa local government area of Borno State. The governor also shared the federal government's food palliatives to more than 10,000 households in 4 locations of the community. Governor Zulum, while addressing newsmen at the community, appreciated the federal government for the intervention and revealed that local governments of Oza and Ngazai had earlier received the palliatives.
The items that are here constitute the last batch of the food items that were given to the federal government of Borno State. You can remember that some few months ago, we were at Gwaza local government area to distribute the first batch. The second batch were distributed in Ganze local government area of Borno State, while this is the last batch that were distributed. About 10,000 heads of household, male heads of household, are to receive the food items that are donated by the federal government, while about 15,000 female heads of household will receive support from the government of Borno State.
Nigeria ranks among the top 10 countries with the highest contributions to plastic pollution globally. This is according to the Global Plastic Action Partnership of the World Economic Forum. The country generates 2.5 million tons of plastic waste annually, with over 88% of the plastic waste generated in the country not recycled. To change the narrative, some Nigerians are now investing in plastic recycling. As Trust TV's Ibrahim Ismail, who visited a plastic recycling plant in Abuja, reports.
According to scientists, plastics are synthetic polymers derived from the byproduct of petroleum. Some of its substances cannot be digested or decomposed by any microorganism, and hence plastics are non-biodegradable. Chariot Energy, a US-based renewable energy company, said plastics can take anywhere from 20 to 500 years to decompose, depending on the material and structure. That means plastic can only be managed, and the most effective way to do so is through recycling.
On the other hand, this material is needed by manufacturing companies for production. So I wanted to be the person to start the conversation around bridging the gap between, let's not throw this plastic on the floor, let's not throw this recyclable waste on the floor. We can actually convert it into money. So people who need money, they can actually collect and sell and have some income into their pocket. But at the same time, manufacturing companies that need this material can have material for their production cycle. So that was why I started Chanjadati almost 10 years ago, to number one, raise awareness and sensitization to people that this is actually money that people are throwing away. But at the same time, that, you know, these things are also harmful to the environment, they're harmful to people. And so we need to ensure that we are better stewards of the earth.
Collected from recycling agents from different parts of Nigeria, this is the procedure through which these plastic wastes are processed before being taken to a superior industrial companies within and outside the shores of Nigeria for transformation into brand new products like plastic chairs, sport jerseys, among others. The global plastic recycling market was valued at over $51 billion in 2023, and there is projection of an increase. Nigerians are benefiting from this huge amount of money domiciled in the recycling industry in the plastic world. But then they are operating amidst economic challenges that is pushing them to the brink.
We are looking forward to a level where we are going to replace our diesel power generators with gas power generators, so that we'll be able to reduce the carbon emission, and at the same time also to reduce the cost of buying diesel. You understand? Operations here will depend a lot of diesel and then power from the national grid.
In addition to curbing plastic pollution, this recycling plant provides job opportunities to at least 95 people on site and remotely.
But like we in Chedidete in Giri, we used to produce pets and belly. We used to do crushing. This is the bag that we see here. This is the belly that we are seeing outside. This is what we are doing here.
Plastic recycling plants like this one always struggle to operate at optimal level due to shortage of resources to acquire modern machinery that will help create goods for domestic consumers and also discourage importation. But amidst the harsh economic conditions in the country, the priority is to stop the business from sinking. Ibrahim Ismail, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Now away from Nigeria, the World Health Organization WHO says it is working to ensure a proper response to curb the spread of the Mpox virus. This follows the resurgence of the virus, also known as monkeypox, which is now a concern for many countries, with several cases reported across multiple regions. The Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC, has been the epicenter of this new resurgence. So far, at least 18,000 cases have been reported in the DRC, with at least 500 deaths attributed to the virus. Over 70% of the cases have been reported among children. The incident manager for Mpox at the WHO Regional Office for Africa, Dr. Samuel Boland, said they are adopting new strategies to reach even the conflict-hit regions in the DRC as part of their response to the resurgence. The DRC hopes to receive vaccine doses to address its Mpox outbreak by next week, according to the Congolese health minister on Monday. The WHO stressed that the vaccines are urgently needed. Global football icon Cristiano Ronaldo has shattered another record, becoming the fastest to ever reach 16 million subscribers on YouTube. Ronaldo's YouTube channel was announced on Wednesday around 2 p.m. and in a stunning display of his global appeal, he hit the 10 million subscriber mark in less than 12 hours, a milestone that took popular YouTuber Mr. Beast 132 days to achieve. Checks revealed that by Thursday, Ronaldo's YouTube channel had skyrocketed to 16 million subscribers, whom he playfully refers to as subscribers, inspired by his iconic Sioux goal celebration. Ronaldo's rapid rise on YouTube further cements his status as one of the world's most influential figures across social media. His massive following extends beyond YouTube, with 636 million followers on Instagram, 107 million on Facebook, and 102.6 million on Twitter, showcasing his unparalleled digital presence. That's it for news updates at this time. For more of our news programs and documentaries, follow us on our social media platforms and on our YouTube live stream. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. Thank you for joining us at this time.